This is a meeting of the Township Committee, July 13th, 2026. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk on January 9th, 2026. Committeeman Clark.
Here.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Here.
Committeeman Sedembrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll ask that you all please remain standing for just a second. This past week, the Middletown Police Department lost a dedicated member of its family in Joe Glynn. He was a Middletown police sergeant and rose through the ranks over the course of 30 years. He died unexpectedly just nearly 10 days ago, but served the township with distinction not only as a Middletown police officer, but as a dedicated member of the Middletown Township Fire Department, along with the Atlantic Highlands Fire Department. So we offer this moment of silence in his name and for his memory and to the entire Glynn family. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. Our first item on tonight's agenda, we have a presentation recognizing June 4th, 2026 as Tourette Syndrome Awareness Day in the Township of Middletown. At this time, I'd like to invite Claudia Leho to please come to the center of the room.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, Claudia, thank you for being here today. I know that your group has done a lot of advocacy, not only through the municipalities, but through the State House as well. You know, it's often one of those neurological disorders that impact people in what is visible on the surface as a minor way, but certainly one that impacts people's families. So we appreciate you coming in today, and if you don't mind telling everybody about your advocacy.
Yeah. So my name is Claudia Leho, and I'm the outreach specialist for NJCTS, the New Jersey Center for Tourette Syndrome. So first, I would like to thank you and the committee as well for this recognition. This really means more than words can actually say. I have two sons that have Tourette syndrome. I have three boys. One is 28-year-old, my oldest, and my youngest have Tourette syndrome. It took about 2.5 years for my oldest to get a diagnosis, so it's really difficult to get. There's no tests or anything like that can give you a diagnosis. It's just by way of observation. 1 in 50 individuals will either have a tic disorder or Tourette syndrome. It's often very misunderstood. As Mayor said, sometimes it's all you see is the tics, but with Tourette syndrome come other associated disorders such as OCD, ADHD, anxiety, depression, sometimes even on the spectrum as well. It waxes and wanes. There's so many things to learn about it. And just what I try to do is just bring that awareness. What I do is I go into the schools, I go into any hospitals, talk to doctors, talk to children as well. Sometimes kids will get bullied because all they see is just the ticking and the funny faces that the kids made. But it's really brutal for them. And sometimes they have to hold it. It's really hard for somebody that has it. But it doesn't, it's not an education or an intelligent something that you cannot accomplish all your dreams. My son my oldest is at Yale right now doing his master's, and my youngest is completing his finance degree at Rutgers. So
not a bit at school.
No, not about So he's okay. So, and that's what I try to do is I try to instill in everybody the hope, and especially the parents, because they get scared sometimes, that they can do anything in the world they want to do. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for this proclamation. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, I'll be over there.
and I'm glad you mentioned that, because so many athletes that people don't realize that have Tourette's and are both on and off the field, star athletes in their own way. But I was looking through the list and I knew, myself of several athletes that suffered from it. But it's certainly something that it doesn't matter the issue. It's something that we can overcome and just ensuring that the public understands.
Yes.
So as Heidi mentioned, we aim to highlight the importance of creating supportive environments and recognize the ongoing efforts of the New Jersey Center for Tourette Syndrome and other organizations working towards bettering the lives of individuals with Tourette syndromes. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Tony Perry, and the Middletown Township Committee do hereby proclaim June 4th as Tourette Syndrome Awareness Day in the Township of Middletown and encourage all residents to educate themselves about Tourette syndrome and tic disorders, support individuals affected by them, and build a better community where everyone is respected, valued, and included. Thank you so much.
Two, three. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Our next presentation is to recognize dancers from Daily Irish Dance School for winning the 2026 CRDM World Championships.
The jukebox is on, so you know you're getting heard. I heard that. Oh, I love it. We got the trophy and everything.
Not a light trophy.
Not a light trophy? You can put it down if you want.
The heavy.
It's like the World Cup trophy. I mean, it's unbelievable. So just a little bit of background. I'm driving home from an event one day and I get a text from former Mayor Oxley over here and says, I'm in, the girls are in Ireland and they just won. And I'm like, I assume this is Irish dance because I know that they do that. But on behalf of the entire Township Committee and the residents of Middletown, let's give it up for our world. So I know that they have their the World Cup trophy of Irish dance over there, and I believe you're able to perform for us today here. A brief number, maybe. It doesn't have to be brief. We, the 5-minute rule doesn't apply to presentations.
Not when we bring the trophy.
Exactly. Yeah, with the trophy, it's 10 minutes. But Coach, I just want to hand it over to you, and please tell us about the team.
Okay, so my name is Jillian. I'm actually an immigrant from Dublin in Ireland, and I have brought Irish dance to Monmouth County. I originally started teaching at the Carol Lane Studio on 36 and then moved over to Middletown Art Center, and obviously we've grown out of that space and into our own space. So this particular group of dancers, I've had, Margot would have been my youngest dancer I had. I think she was maybe about 2 when she started. So Margot just won the title as World Champion Dancer, solo age 14 this year.
She's taking all my talk.
And her father knows how to dance, just for the record.
I-
Her mother definitely does.
I would love
Yeah.
to see that, Judge.
Mom was actually my student before her daughter, when her daughter was a baby. So up here we have Timothy Sachs, 3rd place world champion. We have our forehand, 1st place world champion, raise your hand. Jillian Shackman, Timothy Sachs, Margot Oxley, Katie Scott. And then we have an entire group here who are 4th and 8th hand. So Sarah will be included, that Grace, Ava, McKenna, Kira, and Jamie. We're all there, got placements all over the world. So it's a privilege to be able to take these kids back to Ireland and be able to compete there, not just compete, but win and bringing it back to America. So it's a really big deal. It's something Sporkle, they are heavy. They are very heavy. And yes, I was stopped in Dublin Airport because it was a group of soccer players were traveling and they came over, they were younger, like, is that the World Cup trophy? I was like, World Cup, yes, soccer, no. But-
Guarded by a bunch of Irish dancers.
Yeah, so it's a good thing. So they can do a good performance for you.
Okay, we
Places? They'll do two quick little numbers and then.
Now, a little surprise for you, the deputy mayor is actually going to help with the next time. Well, I just want to tell our fire chief that we have tested the limits of the space well within our boundaries to be able to have Irish dancing here. Let's give these unbelievable dancers. So I just want to recognize once again the top 10 solo dancers for the CRDM World Championships. Middletown's own Margot Oxley, age 14, came first place in the age 14 Girls World Championships. Margot, congratulations. Timothy Sachs, third place Senior Men's World Champion. And Katie Scott, seventh place, age 17 years old. So on behalf of the Township Committee and the residents of Middletown, we want to congratulate the Daily Irish Dance School dancers for your participation and winning of the 2026 CRDM World Championships. Your accomplishments are a testament to your dedication, teamwork, and passion for preserving Irish culture and tradition. And by traveling to Dublin, Ireland to compete against your teammates, you demonstrate exceptional commitment, loyalty, sportsmanship while inspiring and encouraging one another every step of the way, literally every step of the way. We're proud to recognize your remarkable achievements and feel truly lucky to celebrate you today. Congratulations. We're going to take a quick. You good? While I hold the trophy, since this is the closest I'm going to come to a World Cup trophy. All right.
Thank you so much.
Here, can I squeeze in? I know you guys are all locked arms there. All right. Good?
If everyone wants to appear first and then stay for more photos. 1, 2, 3. And stay for more photos, please.
All right, let's give it another big round of applause. Carry it back. All right, congratulations.
I am a national champion dancer.
Ryan's a dancer.
That's the joke I should have made. Next time I should have had the dance dad come down.
When they bring back the World Cup next year, we can talk about it. World champion dance.
Okay, I just want to announce we're going to take a 2-minute recess. I just have a few more presentations and proclamations to recognize tonight. Proclamation recognizing August 4th, 2026 as National Night Out in the Township of Middletown. Oh, and that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's all. Okay, we have the approval of minutes for June 24th, 2026 regular meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. At this time, we have public hearing on proposed ordinances. Our first public hearing is 2026-3507, an ordinance repealing and replacing ordinance 2026-3491 and establishing new RTH 10 zone governing the development standards for Block 1045, lots 2, 3, and 4 of the Township's official tax map.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3507? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have ordinance 2026-3508, an ordinance establishing new multifamily townhouse residential zone, the RTH-11, governing the development standards for Block 746, lots 2.02, 2.03, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, and Block 739, lots 1, 2.01, 2.02, and 2.03 on the township's official tax maps.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3508? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have 2026-3509, an ordinance establishing new multifamily townhouse residential zone, the RTH-12, governing the development standards for Block 615, Lot 81 on the township's official tax map.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3509? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have 2026-3519, an ordinance authorizing financial agreement upon a portion of Block 306, Lot 66 with Port Monmouth Urban Renewal LLC, an urban renewal entity pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law, NJSA 40A:12-1 et sec.
20.
I'm sorry.
48:20-1
I'm sorry.
I thought you said 12. Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3519? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. This time we have 3520, ordinance amending township salary ordinance setting salaries for non-contractual employees for 2026.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3520? Seeing no other member of the public stepping forward, seeing no other member, Craig raises his hand and gets me all whacked out of shape. Seeing no members of the public stepping forward, move to close public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. We have 2026-3521, an ordinance authorizing entry of new financial agreement upon Block 1072, Lot 36.01 with Lincroft Senior Housing Corporation for continued provision of senior and disabled affordable housing pursuant to NJSA 40A:20-13.2 of the long-term tax exemption law.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3521? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. And now we have ordinance 2026-3522, an ordinance repealing and replacing Chapter 37 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing emergency medical services.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2026-3522? Seeing no member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on second and final reading. At this time, we have introduction of proposed ordinances. Our first ordinance, 2026-3523, a bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $3,373,100 for various capital improvements by and for the Township of Middletown in the County of Monmouth, New Jersey, and authorizing the issuance of $3,204,445 in bonds or notes of the township for financing part of the appropriation.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17th, 2026. At this time, we have ordinance 2026-3524, an ordinance amending Township Code provisions governing certain wireless communication facilities on township or school district property.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17th, 2026. At this time, we have 2026-3525, an ordinance amending Chapter 465-105 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing weight limits on certain roadways.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17th, 2026. And we have 2026-3526, a bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 2022-3341, finally adopted by the Township Committee of the Township of Middletown, New Jersey on April 18th, 2022.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held August 17th, 2026. At this time, I'd like to ask the Township Committee to adopt a consent agenda, which would include Resolution 26-119 through 26-220.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
yes,
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent agenda. This time we have Township Committee comment.
All right, Committeeman Clark.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, thanks, congratulate Dan Street again. As a dancing dad, it's brought out, afterwards. I understand.
I publicly exposed that, and I'm not sorry for it.
I understand what it takes to become awesome, right? And dance is a very, very difficult thing to do. Pretty darn impressive. So for them to get to a local championship level, pretty fun. Congratulations to those young ladies. Hope to be back here next year. Last weekend we had, or 2 weeks ago now, we had a pretty significant storm roll through. There was a good portion of the people who needed to mitigate a whole bunch of different problems caused by those storms. We have representation from the fire department, the EMS, our police department, our public information office. Everybody had a part in dealing with this storm. It was not easy. Our mayor showed great leadership and constant communication with the utilities and really putting pressure on them to get things fixed and done. And
I just want to thank everybody publicly for their hard work and making sure that our community was safe in a tough time, something we didn't expect. And since then, we've had flash flooding with water up to 5.5 feet deep on Highway 35 and otherwise. And everybody's been busting their butt. So thank you, all of you. And then lastly, in the ordinance tonight, in one of the ordinances, we just ratified the consolidation of the EMS division of our town. I've said it here before and I'm going to say it again. I wouldn't be sitting up here if it wasn't for the EMS. I joined when I was 16 as an explorer through a high school program, and it set my course to get involved in the fire department, become a fire chief, and ultimately be part of this governing body. This next version of what the EMS is going to look like, we've seen what those templates look like and the hard work this group has put into it. And I asked a bunch of questions and they were very gracious with their time to answer them and make sure that everything was being done in a manner which was in the original intent of the charter of the squads back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And this group sitting back there right now is doing an excellent job of perpetuating that and trying to continue it in the best way possible to serve our community. So I just want to thank the leadership group sitting back here, your team that's working behind you to make this thing work, and thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right. Committeeman Senabrino.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to echo all the comments of Committeeman Clark. He said great things, and we appreciate the EMS with your dedication to the town. Second to none. Thank you very much. And to continue on and put Middletown first, it's amazing. So appreciate that very much. With regard to the Irish dance school, I was just in England and Ireland a few weeks back, and after I said to my wife, I said I understood everything everyone said to me. The conversation there was with regard to FIFA, and said, hey, isn't the World Championship going to be played back in the U.S. and New Jersey? And now when I go back again, I could say, well, Middletown is now the home to the 2026 CRDM World Championships for the Irish dance. So when I go back again, I'll let them know. So want to make sure we put Middletown on the map and thank the girls for their hard work. That's all I have tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Committeewoman Kratz.
I'm going to hold my comments, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. DM.
I'm going to echo a lot of Committeeman Clark's comments. Our volunteers, a lot sitting here tonight. I know the last couple of weeks have been really tough and on a lot of residents and stuff. Great job. I know there's a ton of calls that you guys went on. Isn't that correct, Kevin? All right. Great job. Thank you very much. I just want to give a shout out to our 250 committee that ran some amazing celebrations for our America's birthday. Great time. I've been going to roughly about 30 years of parades with my fire department service and sitting up here. That was just amazing. If you didn't just feel it through every bone of your body, being in that parade, being on that route, it was an amazing thing. So thank you to everyone that volunteered and made that a great success. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right. Sure.
When I was thanking
All the services.
when I was thanking all the services that were here, I pointed but did not say the DPW who really busted their butts as much.
I really shouldn't have said that you could do another comment because I was going to call that out personally.
But the DPW knocked it out of the park along with the rest of the crowd. Thank you.
All right. Echo all the comments. I want to thank all of our emergency first responders, every single one of them. Not only was I on the phone with Ted at about 10 o'clock on July 3rd, sitting on Alexander Drive with a giant tree that had exploded basically from a lightning strike. But got his crews out there in less than an hour. And I was walking up and down the street with residents. But throughout those couple days was very rough. And then that rainstorm, my wife got to celebrate her birthday on Palmer Avenue with the flooding of the bridge on Palmer Avenue. But I do want to thank all of our first responders and our public works. I think it was 8 entrapments that was on Route 36 during that freak rainstorm. It was just 8 on Route 36. The deputy mayor, who I left hanging, was trapped on Route 35, but I was going to leave him there because he was in Homedale. But I seriously want to thank all of them throughout the entire process, because between the entrapments, the poles being down, our fire police, our auxiliary police, our police department, our public works, EMS, fire, everybody did a hell of a job. Incredibly grateful that everybody was able to work collaboratively and get that done. So thank you to all of you for making that happen, and ensuring that the public was safe in what had to be the most bizarre rainstorm I've ever seen. So thank you all. I just want to give a shout out to Grace Paralecchio. She is the New Jersey softball home run champion that she won on Saturday, statewide. An unbelievable effort by her and her team. So I just want to give a quick shout out to them. With that, I'll open it up for public comments. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment may do so. We ask that you state your name for the record and that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, Heidi will let you know that you have 1 minute remaining. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment?
First of all, my name is Ken Mercure, and that's spelled M-E-R-C-R-E. I've been a resident of Middletown Township since 1968. I'm a Navy veteran and served in Lakehurst, New Jersey from 1963 to 1967. I'm far away from the mic, I apologize.
You're good.
I have some breathing issues, so I'm a little slow when I'm speaking here. Well, thank you very much. It's time for me to give back to the state. It's time for me to give back to my community, whatever wisdom and knowledge I've gained over the years. I'll just give a quick background of my childhood. Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Sea Explorers, Navy. I was from Massachusetts originally. I wanted to be a state trooper. These are ambitions that I had in a younger life, but God had other plans for me. So I have a background in sales and purchasing and manufacturing. So anybody here wants to come to me for any assistance that I can give them, it's not going to cost anything. I'm very proud of the police department here. I support the police. I support the fire departments. I'm trying to support our community. So I'm getting, unfortunately, it's a little late in life, but still, I still have some life left there. I wish more and more people would be involved in the community.
Floyd will still take you, right, Chief?
Huh? Oh, the chief is here. Chief of police here. I haven't met him yet.
You got them basically all here.
Oh yeah.
Fire department, police department, and EMS.
One gentleman.
You take your pick.
You know, I met him on Saturday. One up in the fire department, right? And that's all. That's where I want to leave it at. So if anybody has any questions, they talk to me on a one-on-one basis. I'm here to serve the community. I'm here to serve each and every one of you with your concerns. And I shouldn't go this further, but I'm going to go one last thing. I'm an evangelist doing evangelism work, right? I want to bring as many souls to Christ Jesus. I don't want to see anybody go down, but I want everybody to go to the Spirit to go to heaven. And I just want to share that. Thank you for listening to me. That's it.
Thank you very much for your service to our country, sir.
I humbly accept that. I'm
Appreciate that. Any other member of the public?
Good evening. My name is Marty Judd. I'm a member of the Middletown Township Environmental Commission. On July 9th, 2026, the Middletown Township Environmental Commission unanimously approved the following statement and directed that it be read into the record at tonight's Township Committee meeting. The amended ordinance 2026-3052 is flawed and contains numerous inconsistencies. This is the ordinance governing the allowable permitting LED advertising signs in the township for the first time. It appears the ordinance was rushed through without conducting community outreach at the proposed installation locations, without consultation with the Planning Board or the Environmental Commission, and without any attempt to identify quantitative and measurable standards such as brightness that would be appropriate to both the built and the natural environment in Middletown. Some of the inconsistencies and omissions in the revised ordinance are: although it allows LED billboards, the ordinance still has language prohibiting internally lit signs. An LED billboard is an internally lit sign. The ordinance allows LED signs to be 40 feet in height and yet still contains language limiting the height of all billboards to 25 feet. An LED billboard is still a billboard. The ordinance prohibits conventional billboards larger than 240 square feet and with a maximum height of 25 feet. Yet it allows LED billboards as large as 400 square feet with a maximum height of 40 feet. It doesn't make sense to allow more visually intrusive LED billboards to be larger and higher than conventional billboards. It also allows the visually intrusive LED billboards to be the same 200-foot minimum distance from the nearest residential property as a non-internally lit billboard, without any consideration of the increased visual impact of LED billboards and the light emitted by them. This does not make sense to us. Although there are recommended day and night brightness recommendations, published by various sources for LED billboards, none of these were incorporated into the ordinance, making evaluation of the impact of proposed LED billboards entirely arbitrary and subjective. The ordinance makes no mention of the natural environment, and as such does not call out sensitive natural receptors, such as birds traversing the Atlantic flyway or breeding fish and reptiles residing in nearshore locations for specified protections from the impact of nearshore LED billboards. The Township Committee needs to realize that the impact of an internally lighted sign 200 feet from a residence and operating without measurable specified restrictions on maximum day and nighttime brightness has the potential to heavily impact Middletown residents, affecting circadian cycles of both humans and animals, and impacting residents' outdoor enjoyment of their properties, as well as their property values. And while it is outside the purview of the Environmental Commission, we also have concerns about traffic safety on roads which already have a high accident rate. The Environmental Commission does not oppose the installation of LED billboards, providing they meet specific standards which protect both Middletown residents and the natural environment. As such, we ask that the Township Committee rescind or suspend the recently adopted ordinance as soon as possible until such time as it can be revised to include measurable standards of brightness and location that protect our residents and our natural environment. We also recommend that in the case of proposed LED billboards, a revised ordinance contain language requiring the applicant to perform an environmental analysis of visible light that will be emitted from the proposed installation and identify the number of residential properties and any sensitive natural receptors that will fall within the area where these light, emissions will exceed a measurable standard.
You have 1 minute left.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The ordinance should then require public outreach to these property owners, informing them of the application and inviting them to a planning board meeting where their concerns can be voiced. The existing ordinance does none of this. In conclusion, we urge the Township Committee to rescind or suspend the recently revised ordinance as soon as possible before any additional applications for LED signs can be submitted, and act promptly to amend the existing ordinance to address the concerns expressed herein. We also urge the Township Committee to engage in proactive outreach to potentially impacted residents and agencies, such as New Jersey Fish and Wildlife, whose work may be impacted by this ordinance, so that their input can be considered during the deliberative process to revise the ordinance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marty. Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, so just a few comments on the billboard ordinance. Some of it, there is a rationale for the ordinance and the adoption of it, because there are 11 billboard permits pending with the DOT for LED billboards. The ordinance is specifically designed to limit the ability and the locations of these LED billboards. There was an inventory of the billboards done in the township, and there's many static billboards which exceed these sizes and heights that already exist in Middletown. That the regulations that were adopted after many of those billboards were constructed, which is why there's a size differential. But there's a relatively recent New Jersey Supreme Court case that held that municipalities can no longer have absolute bans on LED billboards. And the township was facing significant litigation if it didn't amend the ordinance, and potentially significantly more applications for LED billboards. So the sole reason why the ordinance was adopted by the governing body was to prevent further applications from happening and limit and control them as best as the township legally can. And there's a lot of case law, there's a lot of litigation all over the state of New Jersey regarding LED billboards. It's an issue that's Middletown's not just facing, many municipalities are facing right now because of this Supreme Court decision from a few years ago that's impacted all municipalities. And so if you don't have regulations on the books controlling them, then it becomes a free-for-all, especially when you have as many pre-existing, I think it's 30-something locations we already have of static billboards in the township, many of which predate the zoning ordinances that we have on the books. So just wanted to provide that explanation.
Thanks, Brian. Marty, with regard to your other questions, happy to sit down with you and Tony and Environmental Commission and talk about some of those other things, but happy to do that. Go ahead, Brian.
And I should add that all these applications are still subject to planning board review. They're currently before the planning board. They have to provide notice under the municipal land use law when those applications were made to nearby residences within 200 feet. And there are still items that can be addressed before the planning board and conditions of resolutions of approval, just that can go beyond the letter of the ordinance and can be entertained. So those are all comments that should be directed before the planning board upon when those applications are heard.
Just one more thing to add. It's also important to keep in mind that any amendment to the ordinance wouldn't be applicable to the current applications because they're already before the board. Right. Would only apply to anything new, but under the ordinance, there can be no more further applications because they've been limited to these locations.
So basically the choice of the township committee was, given that DOT has given carte blanche to state highways on these, and given that the Supreme Court has ruled that municipalities can no longer outright ban them, how do we limit them so that you don't have a town full of digital billboards where we have 11 active permits with DOT? So how do you prevent those from happening? And the only way to do that, because Mr. Nelson can correct me if I'm wrong, but if the township hadn't done that and we were sued saying that we didn't allow for them, the township committee then wouldn't have had enough time to pass an ordinance banning the rest of them, because it would have taken us a month to ban the other 8 billboards. So we would have been either stuck with 11 digital billboards or 3. Not one. It's a no-win situation that you're in. And I was thinking about this earlier today. The idea of home rule. New Jersey has always prided itself on, we're a home rule state. We're a home rule state, and sometimes I think it's governed by courts and not by legislators or executives of those things. So, but thank you for your comments. Appreciate it.
Or 8, you have to come up to the microphone.
Sorry.
Martin Donahue, Chairman, Environmental Commission. But the other 8 applicants could, in theory, also sue.
No, because the reason that the township did the ordinance the way it was the Supreme Court says that you can't outright ban them. So if you allow for some, and what we did was under specified areas. For the 3, you prevent the other 8.
So we all understand. Sorry. so we all understand the numbers. We have 19 locations of billboards, 19. And on some of those locations, there's either 2, 3, or 4 billboards, depending on particular location. So Brian's right, it's probably high 30s, if not more, total billboards. This would not allow any of those, the way the ordinance is structured, would not allow any of those to convert to LED. So those billboards can stay as they are. They can't expand. They can't do anything else, but they can remain. But the way the ordinance is structured, only these 3 locations can have the LED billboards. Now, can someone sue us? Sure, someone can sue us over anything, but our ordinance permits them in 3 locations and doesn't permit them in the other 19 plus locations. And we think that's reasonable. And we'd have to defend ourselves if we got sued over that.
Come on up, Carl.
Carl Rathjen, Vice Chairman of the Planning Board. One of the problems I see with this is when we did the master plan and I'm commenting as a member of I am the liaison with the environmental board.
I don't represent you as the planning board counsel, but I would suggest not commenting on anything doing with pending applications if you're a member of the planning board.
Okay, I'll sit then.
I just wanted to make sure you were okay, Carl, because what I think Brian is saying is if you say anything here, the applicant could then take that as prejudicial or anything like that you made comments at a township committee meeting. Since you're the vice chair of the planning board, I just want to make sure that you understand that.
Well, I understand it, and we have to have a private meeting eventually on this. But I won't say anything else.
You're a member of the planning board. You can't have a private meeting with anybody about these applications.
I was
Those
hoping either
guys-
Nelson or you were going to say that.
Those two can, but you really.
I didn't want to say it, but I was hoping somebody did.
I just want everyone to remember how we went through the master plan and we wanted to keep that highway clean and clean it up. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm not going to go any farther.
All right. Let me just see if there's any other members of the public. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just ask if it turns out that there will never be more than, like it's never, but there won't be more than 3 LED signs in the township. And of course, that ship has already sailed because the ordinance was passed and the person is entitled to make their application. But if in the future, if the township committee sees any likelihood through another court decision or whatever, that somehow our hand may be forced and that we do have to install additional or approve additional LED billboards in the township, I strongly urge the committee to consider putting in these quantitative and measurable standards as part of any revision to the ordinance so that we can at least limit the impact of them.
Fully appreciate that. Thanks, Marty. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Okay. I don't normally do this, but go ahead. Who are we kidding? I allow it every time. I've never said no. Yeah. You have to come up to the microphone again. Just state your name one more time.
Well, I won't spell it. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and please keep coming back. Once again, my name is Ken Merkier, and my concern is the traffic violations that are occurring on Highway 36 in Thompson Road, where people are running the red light. Okay, and I'm just going to share a view here. My daughter lives in Nevada, in Reno, Nevada, and they have I would urge you to look up their traffic regulations and how they slow down the traffic. Okay, I won't explain it at this particular time. The state is taking care of the traffic lights, right? So I probably have to go to the state, but the police need to be a little more alert. People running the red light, and people have to be very cautious when they pull out. You had the 4-second rule, but you see a lot of cars going 60, 70 miles an hour, or even slower. They have ample time to stop, but they don't stop. You're creating a hazard on the roadway. And I'm concerned about my neighborhood. I'm concerned about the people. We have an influx of a lot of people in this state. And I have a thought. So how do I present a resolution or my request to the board here? Do I do it in written form?
Well, the chief of police is sitting right there.
Oh, okay.
So
So I'm-
he's the guy you want to.
Do you mind if I go back and say, shake my hands?
You go right ahead.
And I'm finished. Thank you.
Craig's got his office hours open right now. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Don't do that, Marco. Seeing no other member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Kratz.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a great day, everybody. Thank you all.